All right, let's look at this example here of a turns problem. Damien and Riley decided to play a friendly game. The total number of points they accumulate after each turn are represented by the functions below, where x represents the number of turns. At which turn will Riley have more points? All right, so Damien's points can be represented by the function d of x equals 10x plus 12. Just looking here at this function, I see there's no exponents in that function, so I know that it is a linear function. I'm just going to go ahead and notate that here, that this is a linear function. All right. Riley's points can be represented by the function r of x equals 5 times 2 to the x power. Because we have that x as our exponent here, we know that this is an exponential function. So I'm going to go ahead and notate that here. Now that we know what kinds of functions we're dealing with, let's go ahead and use Desmos to graph these functions, check the tables, and figure out at which term will Riley have more points. All right, so what we're going to do is click over to this next slide. And if you're on your computer at home, you can open up a Desmos tab and go to Graphing Calculator, and it should look like this. I'm going to click into this text box, and I'm going to type the first function we had, Damien's function, y equals 10x plus 12. Okay, so we see that function graphed here. What I'm going to do is click this settings button. It says edit list, and click the convert to table button. So now we can see the actual values that are here for Damien's points. In this next row over here, this next column, I'm going to type in Riley's function. So 5 times 2 raised to the x power. So you see it grabs some points here, but what we really need are the values here in this table. All right, so to start off the game here, we're not going to pay attention to the negatives. Let's just look at 0. To start off the game, Damien has 12 points, Riley has 5. All right, round 1, Damien has 22 points, Riley has 10 points. Round 2, Damien has 32 points, Riley has 20 points. So we see that even from the start, Damien is winning. So what we're going to do is let's go on to turn 3. So I clicked into the box for turn 2, and I'm going to click enter, and it populates the next turn for me. So I see at turn 3, Damien has 42 points, Riley has 40. So Damien's still winning, and we're trying to figure out at which turn will Riley have more points. Turn 4. Now, Damien has 52 points, but Riley has 80 points. So we can see here at turn 4, Riley is going to have more points than Damien. Let's go ahead here and look at another example. Captain America and Iron Man decide to play a game. The number of points they accumulate after each turn are represented by the function below, where x represents each turn. At which turn will Iron Man have more points? Okay, so we're going to do the exact same thing here. We're going to graph these functions into Desmos, and we're looking for the turn where Iron Man will have more points than Captain America. All right, so Captain America's function can be c of x equals 30x plus 5. All right, I don't see any exponents in that function, so it is a linear function. All right, Iron Man's points can be represented by the function I of x equals 4 times 3 to the x power. And again, when you see that x as the exponent, it is an exponential function. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop that here. Okay, again, there are no exponents. It is a linear function. We have our slope of 30, our y-intercept of 5. It's a linear function. The exponential function here, 4 times 3 to the x is the exponent, so it is an exponential function. Now, you can go ahead on your computer, open up a Desmos tab again, and we're going to graph both of these functions to see at which turn will Iron Man have more points. So same thing as before, we're going to start off with our first function, which was Captain America's. So y equals 30x plus 5. It's graphed it, and I'm going to click the Edit List button, click Convert to Table, and now we have the values. Now I'm just going to click over to the column on the right of this function and type in our function for Iron Man, 4 times 3 to the x power. And now we have both functions graphed and we see the values in the table. So let's start here at turn 0. Captain America has 5 points and Iron Man has 4 points. But at turn 1, Captain America has 35, Iron Man has 12. At turn 2, Captain America has 65, Iron Man has 36. So we're going to come here and type in turn 3. All right, turn 3, Captain America has 95. But now all of a sudden Iron Man's points have jumped up. This whole time Iron Man was trailing Captain America until we get here to turn 3. And at turn 3, Iron Man now has more points.